more than 20,000 foals. At age 3, only 20 can compete. History beckons with each step on the road to the Kentucky Derby.
The sights and sounds of spring coming back to life in the bluegrass and the horses now returning to Churchill Downs can only mean one thing: the Kentucky Derby is fast approaching. Hi, I'm Jill Byrne here at Churchill Downs, and as activity is really picking up in the barn area here, there is still plenty of action on the road to the Kentucky Derby. With 7 Kentucky Derby prep races left before the first Saturday in May, one of the most anticipated matchups of the season will take place at Gulfstream Park in South Florida in the Florida Derby between 2 undefeateds, Mohaymen and Nyquist. It's the battle of East versus West. Mohaymen, the pretty gray, started his career in New York and then went to Florida for the winter, where he has dominated with wins in the Holy Bowl and the Fountain of Youth, and now looks to defend that home field advantage in the Florida Derby. From the West Coast, the reigning Eclipse Award champion, Nyquist, winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, taking his undefeated record across country to the Florida shores. Not often do 2 heavyweights in horse racing elect to take each other on prior to the first Saturday in May, but for the connections of both horses, the Florida Derby was always a part of their well-laid-out plans, and neither has decided to waver.
Florida Derby's first, and Kentucky Derby would be fabulous because it's everybody's dream when you're in the horse industry, and no different for me. Since I was 12 years old, I've wanted to be a horse trainer, so going to the Kentucky Derby is what everybody dreams about. So first we'll do the Florida Derby and then hopefully get to the Kentucky Derby.
If all goes perfect, we got the February 15th here at San Anita, San Vicente. We're going to run good there, we're going to come out of there good, and then we're going to go to Gulfstream for the Florida Derby. We're going to run good there, come out of it good, and then we're going to head to Kentucky, whether that be Keeneland or Churchill. Uncertain at this point, but that's the way we have it on paper. We'll see how that plays out.
$1 million race, 100 points to the winner on the road to the Kentucky Derby, and for Team Nyquist, an added incentive: he would get $1 million bonus that's offered by the Fasig-Tipton Sales Company for any horse purchased at last year's 2-year-old sales that goes on to win the Florida Derby. Money, points, remain undefeated, and head to Churchill Downs as the favorite for the Kentucky Derby, all the ingredients of an epic showdown. So let's take a closer look at East Coast contender Mohaymen. The flashy gray carries the silks of the Shadwell stable of Sheikh Hamdan of the ruling family of Dubai. For his trainer, Kentucky native Kieran McLaughlin, a win in the Derby would be a great homecoming. With a horse as special as Mohaymen carrying his Derby dreams, Kieran finds he also consumes his thoughts.
Yes, it's sometimes I don't get to wake up. I'm waking up in the middle of the night thinking about him. But yes, I think about him every day. This one's special.
And coming in from the West Coast, Nyquist, for the same connections that won the 2012 Kentucky Derby with I'll Have Another, trainer Doug O'Neill is confident Nyquist is ready for the biggest test of his career.
But we're very happy where we have Nyquist right now. He's one of those horses that you just jump out of bed to see every morning.
And so the stage is set for the battle in the Florida Derby. Nyquist and Mohaymen, 2 undefeated Kentucky Derby hopefuls, laying their records on the racetrack, and East versus West battle for bragging rights. Which one will remain perfect? Or could there be an underdog looking to pull off an upset? To find out who wins, follow the Kentucky Derby on social media. Keep up with the action on KentuckyDerby.com with profiles on the horses and their connections, behind-the-scenes access, leaderboard updates, and race schedules. Enter the promo code in each episode to win a trip to Kentucky Derby 143 and catch the excitement on the road to the Kentucky Derby.